Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and a brand new video on Marvel Contest of Champions. This video is all about my top tips for the Evangeline Lily's Champion Challenge. Should have said that with more emphasis. The Evangeline Lily Challenge. That's sort of a little bit better. And what I'm going to do in this video is kind of like show a few top tips that I have for this event if you're struggling with it. A lot of players have found this a breeze, and there's some players that don't find it it's quite so much a breeze, and maybe there are players that want to kind of make that step up to get this done. And don't worry, at the end of the video we're going to open up the 4-star awakening gem and see what we get. Now obviously this event is 4 rounds. 3 of those rounds are probably the most easiest ones to do, and so you'll find that going into round 4 it will be a little bit of a step up. The main thing to really focus on is what you've learnt so far. It's all about glancing and certain things and the way that certain champions work. You're going to find that XL champions are going to be the best ones to go for in order to go against these particular champions. If you're a little bit confused, then basically when you look at the certain champions on the incoming nodes, you'll see that you have got size matters. And it says that extra large champions attacks cannot be glanced. Perfect, especially obviously if you've got a 5-star or a 6-star that is packing some great heat. Even 4-stars will pack somewhat of a punch, but it's really all about those 5 and 6 stars that are going to make it so much of a breeze. But let's quickly go over as well the extra large and large champions, which are going to help you out, and some other tips that are going to be helpful for you when you go up against this game mode. The main thing to really say is that people will tell you, man, you've got to get this champion and that champion, oh, we're going to be the best for it. But no, not necessarily in this case. It's good to have champions that don't have problems with glancing, and those, the extra large ones, are Abomination, Sentinel, Dormammu, Groot, Hulk, Hulk Ragnarok, Red Hulk, Hulkbuster, Joe Fixit, Juggernaut, Kingpin, MODOK, King Groot, Rhino, Venom, and Venom Pool. The next one up are those large champions, which are Beast, Bishop, Cable, Colossus, Unstoppable Colossus, Crossbones, Sabretooth, Drax, Howard the Duck, Hyperion, She-Hulk, Luke Cage, Morningstar, Ronan, Thor, Jane Foster, and Ultron. I don't know if there's any others to kind of cover with that, but those ones I definitely know of being extra large, and these may be champions that would be better suited to players. And it doesn't mean that, you know, oh, it means I'm not going to use Blade, or people are not going to use Blade, and blah blah blah. It just means that we've got more of a different amount of champions to use that will go against things that are glancing, because hey, glancing is going to stop you from damage outputting like a complete boss. And the vigilant among you will just notice that some of the characters I was going to refer to in this video as being good champions, one in particular, have gone off to the Alliance Wars Defense. So hey, that's great. The team I found myself using was this here. Granted, I used my 6-star King Groot because, well, 6-star King Groot. He's going to attack, but have more of attack damage, and he's going to deal more damage in general. Though, I probably would have opted to use 2 King Groots, and the reason being that the Awakened version has more of a chance to regen a lot more. If I had the 5-star version, I would have gone 6-star, 5-star, and that would be it. Obviously, the 4-star can go on the back burner. Dormammu was used as well, my 5-star version. Blade was in there because it's Blade. Hulk was in there, and I thought that was a kind of a good mix because he's an extra large champion. And finally, Archangel, because he's a path clearer. He is able to kind of get through a lot of stuff. Granted, he was taking damage, but it doesn't really matter about that. The fact is he was able to kind of put as much neurotoxins to kind of take down enemies quite fast. Imbert is a bit of a frustration. Let's briefly touch on this. Okay, so the more times you parry and stun, the less time is that lasts for. That effect won't last that long. So therefore, it doesn't seem like a viable option to keep parrying the enemy and putting more damage and pain in. Yes, but you can look to instead either intercept the enemy, or you can look to then build up the enemy to a special attack, evade out that special, and go straight in. Providing, obviously, the AI doesn't recover that fast. Hopefully, it's the case you're able to get in. With certain champions that push like projectile-based attacks, you know, Hawkeye and in particular Falcon. With Falcon, you're going to have to try and push towards that L2 because it's an easier, avoidable special attack. If you're having problems, you may look to put in a champion that has power lock or some sort of power stealing based attack. Like, for example, I used Dormammu. I found him quite good. I didn't focus on doing soul bond detonations with a heavy attack, though it may be an option to then build up the Fury, because you do get Fury if you charge up your heavy attack. So this buff is called the bulk up buff, or the analyzer buff, as I'm going to dub this. Andrew the analyzer buff, bulk up. So what we're doing with bulk up is essentially you're kind of like channeling your heavy attacks and hitting out some amazing damage. A lot of players have opted to then put Quake into their roster in order to maximize this take home with damage dealt with a lovely Fury attack, which you'll see him cycling through. Vex did a great video on this. If I find the video, I'll put it in a link in the description. So that's a cool aspect that a lot of people are using to kind of blast through a lot of this. If anyone is having a hard time doing this, the first thing I would say is reboot your phone, turn it off, cool it down, get it back on again, go closer to the Wi-Fi router that you're near to, and make sure you clean your screen. These are kind of like, you know, basic top tips for the running of your device. That's number one. Number two, if you're struggling with certain champions that you're fighting off against, I would largely say focus on evading out their specials. When it comes to Falcon, you're going to have to build up to an L2 to find out the most easiest point to evade out of, or when it comes towards you. Then you've got Hawkeye. Make sure that you keep your distance and evade out the L1. In my opinion, that's more easier to evade out of the L1 than the L2. I don't know why, I just find that's the case. And then when Stark Enhanced Spidey, for me, it's all about that L1. Do watch out for those evades. And then as well, the same thing with Black Widow. She's probably the more simpler of the ones to evade out specials. They seem very logical that they're going to come towards you, and at the same time, watch out when she evades. Part of her like passive ability to evade away can be very frustrating, so do watch out for that. And the same thing with Captain America. Your options are either the L1, but make sure that you are going back probably about 2, maybe 3 if you're kind of like looking for small little evades away from his special attack, or 1 kind of full hard evade away when it comes to his L2. Just don't get hit by it because it is really painful. And then Ant-Man, we all know what we're getting with Ant-Man. If you like long-winded fights, then he is your man. And the one champion that I really loved for this was King Groot, because Furies were there, beautiful. As well, we've got regen. If we feel that we're losing health, then build up to the L3, put in the L3, and then you get a load of regen. Obviously, as well, with the cycle through from Fury ending goes on to the new regen cycle, and you get like double the regen. And I'm not saying he is the go-to champion for this. There are other champions, but he is an XL champion that I thought was absolutely fantastic for a long-winded battle. That didn't, it was so easy. Yes, there are other champions that you could use, though I don't see people using Hulkbuster Joe Fixit. And if people have got him at rank 5 as a 4-star, then yeah, 5-star. Okay, that would be a bit weird. But yeah, there's a few other champions in there. Red Hulk would be a good option for this. You've got regen with that one. You've got good damage with it and incinerate. So yeah, a lot going on. I'm kind of like, Blade one went on the back burner. I had Blade in the roster to use, but he went on the back burner for this one. I felt it was good to then use different champions as well. But hopefully a lot of people got a different perspective when they are playing, and hopefully some of the things that we covered in this video will help out those that may be struggling or looking for something to kind of maximize quicker damage dealing for this particular boss and this event. So before we open up the 4-star Awakening Crystal, my question to you, what team did you find most effective for this particular event? It will really help out people struggling, and yeah, leave it in the comment section below. So my hopes for the 4-star Awakening gem are either a skill for Thor Ragnarok, or it's going to be a Cosmic for Hyperion, or finally, for a new addition to the roster, Hulk Ragnarok is the most hopeful that I have. So I really want to get a Science 4-star Awakening gem. But fingers crossed that I can get one of those 3. In particular, the Science one I prefer more than anything. So let's do this, guys. Oh, here we go. Boom. Come on, Cosmic, Science, or Skill. It is going to be a mutant. Okay, not too bad with regards to that. There may be some mutants down the line. Like I've got Rogue. Yeah. I mean, I am happy about this. But I feel that in the future, if we get characters like Legion, we get, what is it called? If we get Apocalypse, if we got a lot of the mutants in the game, I'll be pretty happy. But I don't really have any kind of substantial mutants I want to take further. Rogue, I feel that I could probably get as a 4-star out of, well, 4-star Crystal. So I feel that there'll probably be some further luck in the future with that. And in you know, are there any others in there that would be need to be awakened? No. Cyclops, no. Magneto, no. Storm, no. I'll probably get that out of a 4-star. So maybe in the future, maybe I'll go in an arena hard for a mutant character, and that's probably the thing with that. Anyway, thanks so much for watching this video. Hope to help some people out. Make sure to comment in the comment section below about what team was the best one for you. I've been RichTheMan. Like, subscribe, and I shall catch you on the flip side. Bye-bye for now.